Was the Thai GL series Only You a disaster? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what it was. Only You was one of the most anticipated shows of 2025 because it was officially the second Thai GL series of our adorable GL couple Konarhat Rattanapong and Ling Ling Sirilakwong. They exploded in our heart with The Secret of Us, which is an adaptation of the novel Jason Rak written by Mina, and we love it. We love the series so much that we judge their future project like they were personal decisions. Highlighting on a quick recap regarding Secret of Us, played the lead character Eun along with her fellow actress Ling Ling, who played the lead character Dr. Falada. So after a few rainy seasons of love, Eun will break Dr. Falada's heart. Dr. Falada left with a scar on her heart will swear to never love and open her heart for someone anymore. Until years later, fate reunited them when Eun becomes the hospital's brand spokesman. The hospital that belongs to Falada's family. Okay? Well, spoiler alert for those who are still watching or still to watch the series. Why did Eun break our doctor's heart? Because of Falada's mother. Poor Rusani Tananusa couldn't accept that her brilliant daughter liked women, so she engineered the breakup. Eun, squeezed by pressure, bowed out and performed the classic
ไม่ได้ชอบผู้หญิงชอบผู้ชายเข้าใจยัง
a line that apparently solved centuries of emotional history. Mom's real plan was to marry her daughter up to a gentleman with a better profile and something more harder than Om's little finger. My dear Rusani, you know nothing about the power of the fingers, okay? But plot twist, the chosen gentle Servisano was gay. At the end, Falada will discover the truth behind the breakup. She will cry, fight for her love. We will have a bonus more slap, then repentance. I cried, I laughed. I waited one whole week for each episode for 8 weeks straight, and I was satisfied. From then, I knew I should love Ling Ling and forever. Then came Only You. What you might not know, Only You is not an adaptation. It's an original script written by Pia Pon. Pia Pon, the same woman who participated in the screenwriting of The Secret of Us. After the huge success and the chemistry we all worship, she thought, why not write an original story? Let's put Ling Ling and in my writer's lab and run an experiment. Listen, Pia Pon, what happened? What happened, honey? You were brilliant in Secret of Us alongside your co-workers Tina and Nitinun. With Only You, you put on an apron and served us confusion. Something went wrong in the cooking. I'm not just talking for myself, I'm speaking for the entire GL fandom. And believe me, I am kindly moderate compared to the internet's pitchfork. Only You was only good for you, Pia Pon. I'm sorry. It was the perfect definition of wasting time, energy, and talented beauty. If it weren't because of Ling Ling and Om's talent and chemistry, I would have turned the show at episode 5 and never looked back. These two gorgeous ladies endured a weak script, and they deserve better. Now, a little disclaimer. My analytics is a constructive criticism directly targeted to the production company. This includes the whole system around the actors, like writing, direction, editing. I mean, everyone behind the scene who keeps giving us these low quality stuff. Having said that, together we will review the project in contrast of what is said online. Let's start. Number 1, the story plot. So the story plot is simple. After 8 years apart, bodyguard Tawan's assignment is to protect her former schoolmate and first love Ira, now a famous performer. Okay, that's great. Deepens an unexpected feeling ignite between them. Perfect. With such a story synopsis, why not? 2 gorgeous ladies, a performer and a bodyguard. Okay, Whitney Houston, you have me. The story starts. Isla is going home on a rainy day when out of a sudden some random guys pop up from nowhere and want to taste the forbidden fruit. I guess because I don't know what they could have from a young teenage girl dressed in uniform apart from wanting to taste the forbidden fruit. But unfortunately for them, a hero will appear from nowhere and save her. That hero is going to be our future bodyguard Tawan. The fight was wonderful, dynamic, the umbrella holding perfect. The next day, Ayla will make herself a friend and the friend will want to attend a taekwondo class. That's where Ayla will fall again on Tawan and she will discover that Tawan is a senior student in the college where she is. And not any kind of senior student, a very beautiful and admired senior. From there, they will get close, feelings will rush between them, yet no one is admitting or making the first move. Until for no clear reason, Tawan will transfer school, leaving Ayla heartbroken. Then the real story is now about to start. Years goes by, Ayla will become a super performer and Tawan the no-pity bodyguard. Prepare yourself cause Phuyapon will surprise us. Number 2, the reunion. Ayla is now a superstar. She has to be there for the fan meetings and all the blah blah blah. So Ayla, while unboxing fan gifts during a live session, will receive a death threat in the form of a little doll with blood all over, a bloody gift. Everyone will witness it, including her father. Her father will get in a very dark way, and henceforth he will decide to personally handle his daughter's security personnel. Okay, Phuyapon, I'm not going to ask you why our superstar is still under her father's management, okay? So Whitney Houston is still living with her father. Okay, great. Perfect. Let's go with it. Okay, you're the one who wrote your story. Let's go with it. Let's keep reading. Okay, we're reading what you're writing. So Ayla's old security personnel is fired and a new team is demanded. Ayla is given some profiles to choose which suits her best. And that's when falls on Tawan, the woman she never confessed her love to. Okay, great. What a coincidence. Wow. Now Ayla's father is the one to interview the bodyguard.
Can you protect my daughter? Would you always be there for my daughter?
Okay, whatever. Okay. But while they are going into the conversation, Ayla will appear like a teenager from nowhere, and her first expression is to smile and make eye contact with the bodyguard. Ah, God. So, Phuyapon, while you were writing, like if you were Ayla, is that how you will react? Like you will have this close connection with a girl at college, then at the eve of an important event, she will offer you a gift and disappear without giving you no valid reason. At that precise moment, she had the opportunity to tell you, this is the reason why I am transferring, I am going, you will never see me, or something like that. No, she did not. She did not do that. She left, okay? She left and she abandoned Ayla with her heart broken, okay? And years later, you, Ayla, you will reunite by falling on her profile. Like, what if you had never had that incident? Because she did not search for you also. She did not search for you, okay? As a bodyguard, if she wanted, she could. Yet she was not there searching for you. She was living her life and leaving her profession, okay? So in this scene, you could make Ayla act with a straight face, with no emotion. Tawan will be shocked, then make them walk in a room and Ayla would be like,
why did you left without telling me?
with a serious face, hiding the fact that she's at least happy to see Tawan. And you follow it with a melodramatic sound, like ding, 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 ding. And Tawan will be like,
I'm sorry, I can't tell you. I had to.
And we would not be focused. It would have been great. From the very beginning, we could already sense the fact that she was waiting for all these years to get an answer, okay? And we would be focused like, oh my God, why did she leave? And play with the mystery all along. But okay, instead, you made us feel like Ayla's character lacks brain cells. And no, we felt like Ayla's character lacked brain cells. The only two emotions you gave to her persona is to smile randomly and cry while acting stupid. What is that? Who wrote that plot? Now, let's move to the bodyguards, to the production team behind Only You. When you go to award ceremonies, is that how bodyguard dresses? You know Ling Ling is beautiful. Like even if she had played the series barefooted dressed with a bag of rice, we would have still recognized her rare beauty. There was no need to pack her with all those unprofessional clothing and high heels, okay? Even if it was for the brand, like people wanted to force advertisement over our eyes, it was unnecessary. Just so we could keep saying, oh wow, she's sexy. No, she's a bodyguard. She's a bodyguard. There's nothing sexy about she is a bodyguard. We would have seen the sexy part of her while you build the chemistry around her and Ayla. But what you just served us was a fashion show. And I'm sure Calvin Klein, Dolce & Gabbana, even sure Vogue would not accept to have their bodyguards dressed like that. Bazaar magazine would not accept to have their bodyguards dressed like that. They would have really put her in a bodyguard. How about a supposed high-profile acolyte? The acolytes were like Teletubbies. I don't know how she could say she has a business, like a very serious business, and you put her with this kind of acolyte. They looked so unserious, like they were acting funny at workplace. It was very annoying. Even in the presence of the employer, they were acting like lost canvas. You could create a scene where they were relaxing, having fun at a club or in a bar or after work, but after work, far from business. You could do that. So we could feel the difference in dynamic between professionality and private matters. The kind of bodyguards you served us, I would never employ them. And this scene in particular, I don't even want to give a word to it. You had better delete it.
มี
Period.
อะไรหรือเปล่าคะขอโทษนะคะน้องเราลองหมุนตัวได้ไหมคะ
You had just better delete that scene. I don't even want to give a word to this scene. It had no place. If I was a producer, just because of that scene, I would have had all of you fired. And I would have even sued you people to court just because of that scene. Now let's go to the cooking scene. Number 4. Was that scene necessary? So Ayla is rich and famous. She's a very big celebrity with no cook and an empty fridge. That fridge was more emptier than mine, and I am sure even the fridge was surprised by that scene. Yes. Like the fridge was standing and looking at all of you people. Like the fridge was surprised. You know, the kind of actor that never asks to be part of the show. Now let's talk about the lack of psychological depth. And this part is exactly what made Only You a disaster. Now Ayla will work with Tawan to go and eat herself. And because of some embarrassment, she will ask for the bodyguard Tawan to stay out. When I see the dimension of the toilet, I see Tawan could still be inside that toilet. But no, okay, they tried to make us feel like Tawan acted unprofessional, and that is it. 2 men bulged out in the toilet from the roof. They entered and they attacked Ayla in the worst possible ways. And they attacked Ayla to some point that they injected something in her veins. At this moment was the right moment where the script and all the project had to be abandoned. But they continued. They don't explain to us what was inside that liquid. Those guys, they wanted to embarrass her, they wanted to undress her, they wanted to do whatever they wanted to do. But the way the story turns, Ayla just confirmed again how her persona lacked personality. Like she came out of it and all, she did not cry for the trauma. She did not act like someone who was traumatized. Instead, she cried because the bodyguard was not interested by her. Do you imagine a woman going through what she went through, not being traumatized, and all what she's doing is like telling to the bodyguard, I love you, and the bodyguard is like, I have to distance myself because I couldn't protect you. And Tawan, how will a normal person react like Tawan when you feel guilty because Ayla could have died and you were not there to protect her? And instead, your decision is to distance yourself. Like, when did you even love? What do they even call love? It was even the moment where she had to be closer, but this time more severe in her way of conducting her protection. And Ayla would be so focused and hurt because Tawan is rejecting her that she would call her whatever friend she called to come and they mingle and she sit on the friend's lap and they are like pretending to kiss. How would a traumatized woman behave like that? How is it possible? All through the story, she was so disconnected from the thread. Oh my God. Like, could Ayla have sense? Like, could Ayla have senses? Could you put some knowledge in her brain a bit? Could you put some emotions into her heart? Could you do that? This was the moment where the story could turn into an important moment of dealing with trauma and love. But you did not even do the two characters grow in personality. We had the impression that we were the ones trying to evolve in the story. We were the ones trying to give ourselves a reason to keep watching Only You, more than Only You keeping us hooked in the story. You know when a story is bad is when you are giving reasons to why there is such scene in the story. So this is the end of the review. How did you feel about Only You? What are the positive aspects you enjoyed about Only You? And what are the negative aspects you did not appreciate?